Hey everybody, thanks for checking out a video here on G4G Games for Gamers. We're taking a look at the newest updates to Marvel Avengers Alliance as of Monday, June 1st. So as you can see here, we start off right away with the second Hawkeye, otherwise known as Kate Bishop. If you're a fan of Marvel heroes, you will know that Kate Bishop is an enhanced skin for Hawkeye. But in this universe over here, she is her own separate character. And today's background soundtrack is brought to you by the Axiom Verge soundtrack. This is a game that is available on Steam or through alternative means if you know how to do it. That is basically a Metroidvania, otherwise known as a platformer clone of really more Metroid. It's more Metroid than Vania. But it's a fantastic game. I've been playing a lot of it because I can stream it to my NVIDIA tablets and play it off the PC with controllers. So, anyway, here she is. She's Kate Bishop. Well, look at you, Agent. You picked up another Hawkeye. Did that dummy Clint put you up to this? No need to worry. I'm the Hawkeye with a lot less drama, so in that department, good choice. So, technically speaking, that's true because I don't know if Kate Bishop has called anybody a slut recently. Ha! Socially funny. So, alright, and we also have two new Thor suits. They are called Avengers Age of Ultron Thor. He is, of course, still Asgardian, and he is permanently immune to burning, shield, poison, and radiation. Radiation is a good choice now. And he has, fortunately, I am mighty. Avengers Age of Ultron Avengers start the fight with Mighty Shroud, preventing debuffs on allies for the first round of combat. So in other words, he is Nightcrawler with his Mystic Shroud, or Mystic itself. Mighty Shroud can be reapplied with Summon Thunder, which now has a cooldown. We have the Cosmic Cardinal, which is an absolute must-buy, and Playdom knows that. It's 64 gold. But you really should get a Cosmic Cardinal. It is very easy to build teams around that. We have Bruiser and Blaster version. We have Thor's Tutelage begins the combat with Mighty Shroud on the Agent. So here you go, folks. This is a cheap and available way for at least your Agent to get the Shroud, even if you don't have the Mystic, even if you're not using Nightcrawler or AoU Thor. And we have one more ISO available, and that is the Knocking ISO, which is from Hawkeye. Hawkeye gains a preemptive attack against targets with Pinpoint Target. So let's go ahead and take a look at these guys directly and see if maybe we can't pull Hawkeye and Kate Bishop out into a little bit of a match or some combat over here. So first, I'm going to take a look at my Hawkeye and see if I have any of his personal ISOs, because if I don't, I think I will just go ahead and pick it up. Alright, so let's set it to be character restricted. We'll see if anything jumps out at us. So I thought I got... Ah, yes, good. I don't need to buy it. Awesome. Boom. Hawkeye gains a preemptive attack against targets with Pinpoint Target. We all know the Gilded Semi-Auto Gun, which I believe is farmable if I recall, is one that will give you Pinpoint Target, amongst other things. So, we of course know that Pinpoint Target is a quick action or a free action for him. This cannot be exhausted. Let's not forget that free actions cannot be exhausted. So let's take a look at Thor real quick and look at his alt suits, and then we'll take a look at Kate Bishop. So there's Thor's, aka Beta Road Bill, ready to get trained over there. So let's take a look at Thor. He should be around here somewhere. There he is. Now I currently have him in his Mighty Thor outfit because of the way that he works with Storm Herald and the whole static charge and shocking and everything. Very, very good with our boy Victor, Man of La Mancha, over there. And his alternate costume, here it is, the AoU Ultron 1. And if you notice, it's going to be very, very close to his original Avenger suit. So there's that armor with the V shape over there and the kind of chainmail on the arms. And here we have exposed arms and a slightly recolored chest area. So since I have him right now in bruiser form, I will go the cheapy route and pick up the bruiser one. I'm going to hold off on equipping it now, but we'll take a look at it. So hammer throw, empowering strike, inspire bravery, strengthen. So he's probably going to stack it up twice. Okay, so 3 times. Let's see how many this one works out. Can stack up to 3 times. So just wow. So that one is going to stack up to 3 times also, huh? Let's see. Ah, 3 times. I thought that was one of the things about Mighty Thor, is that it allowed 1 additional stack. Okay, alright, well, hammer throw. I guess I was a little bit wrong on that. There's hammer throw, which of course consumes all the stacks. There's empowering, which does the static charge, builds it. Inspire bravery, which goes ahead and increases the damage and accuracy of the next hammer throw. So there is a might of Mjolnir that it grants. So it's 1 stack. Summon Thunder. This is what reapplies it. So with potentially good working over here and cleanses, you can keep a team immune for a long time. I think I'm still gonna prefer Mighty Thor with electrical related people, but in other circumstances, I believe Age of Ultron Thor could possibly win out, and you may see Thor showing back up in some defense again. I can see some Steps of Shaolu for Hulk and some Thor team-ups on defense over there. Now remember, it will not be the entire team, it will just be other Age of Ultron members, which will affect the agent if you happen to get the gun. So for those of you who didn't get the gun and were like, maybe not, and now that you see this, alright, maybe you'll regret it. So, Kate Bishop, she comes as a tactician. Improved sure shot. Attacks against this target are guaranteed to hit. So there's her pinpoint. Quiver of arrows. Oh my god. Wow. So there's a lot over here. Weakened and stun. And it's a bio attack. Let's lower this a little bit. This one's starting to get loud. Okay. So we have EMP arrow. Ooh, obsolete tech and fried circuits. 2-round cooldown. And it's all enemies. Putty arrow, that's a weird looking thing. Oh wow, adhesive X to 1 enemy. This is a really good meta counter over here. You have somebody who can shut down tech and people like Vision and Victor Mancha and everything like that. Fixer and eventually potentially Deathlock over there. Putty arrow, there's adhesive X that will shut down, protects, and counters and melee related people. And here's Sonic Arrow, distraction but not a disorient, dizzy and an incap. Suck it Domitian. Alright, I don't know the reference on that one. And all enemies fatal blow. Ooh god, it's been a while since we've seen an AoE fatal blow like that. And Krieg composite soul bow, ethereal strike, exploits shields, exploits stuns, and a Paragon exploiter. So I'm not really seeing that. Well, yeah, okay, wind and slow, dizzy. So here's her Paragon debuffs over here, and here's her exploit of it. 2 rounds, 3 rounds. So she's gonna have some lockouts. I don't know if she would work particularly well on defense, but let's go ahead and I'm going to check with PvP, and then we'll go into our favorite simulator and take a look over there. And I'll do a PvP offensive match over there. So we'll go to the simulator. we will, of course, pick our favorite training ground of the Sin fight because of the ads. Alright, so Sin it is. Now, there is an infiltrator in there, unfortunately, but we'll go ahead and make do. Now, Taskmaster is another one that is known for putting out some good pinpoint targets, but of course, with Taskmaster, you risk him very easily coming off of the ability to do pinpoint because he switches to a different class that doesn't provide it. So, let's go ahead and stay on the not full screen over here so that we can do the very easy type ahead of Gilded Dark Sigil. Where are you? There it is. Gilded Semi-Auto Gun. Lock on and pinpoint. What else could we possibly do over here? What would go good with that? We don't have to worry about her exporting pressure points at this time. I think I will attempt to tank to keep her alive. And let's go with the Bishop. Keep that stamina rolling. Okay, so here we are. We've got a counter to the Infiltrator. And we've got our Hawkeyes. So let's see what she can do. I wonder what ISOs will come up with for her. I'm just glad I had that knocking one. I forgot I had it. So she has some kind of passive that she applied over there. And there's the Bishop already giving the stamina and counterattacking. Alright, so let's apply a pinpoint to the power armor because we know it's going to jump in and tank. We will stealthily apply it to Sin. And we will AoE, sure, whatever. We'll piss off the Infiltrator, but who cares? So Hawkeye's going ballistic over here. There's a combo breaker on the Vanguard, which interrupts him. There is the preemptive. Another preemptive. Wow. Holy shit. That's three... Okay, so 3 preemptives from Hawkeye. And here is what should be an extra turn for her. Yeah, there's her tactical maneuvers. So we will fire off at the power armor because we know he's going to tank. So there's the boomerang arrow. There's Hawkeye jumping in. There's a lot. Oh my god, look at this. These two are going batshit. Alright, there's the stamina recharge because of the Bishop and the Knight and the tanking. Let's apply... Let's AoE again. Yeah, sure. Why not? So, of course, the Infiltrator's pissed off and he's pre-firing again. My god, he's probably going to be really awesome with Union Jack at this point. So, wow, she did some pretty good damage there. I think everybody's going to want to start getting that gilded gun now. We'll just see what the pre-fire is like on this since he has pinpoint. Let's rest and see what automatic attacks we can do over here. Alright, so no preemptive came from that one. Boomerang arrows fired before K-Pish's arrows targets the next enemy that takes an action. Interesting. Almost never missed. Guaranteed marked targets are guaranteed to crit. Chance to gain an extra turn when attacking with pinpoint. Interesting. Hawkeye and Kate Bishop gain a follow-up attack after the other performs a single. So there's that boomerang, which is fired off in the air, which is kind of looks like a Katniss pose, if you ask me. There's Hawkeye firing. There's... Wow! Whew! These guys did awesome together. I can imagine on some unfiltered missions and everything like that, Union Jack and these two are probably going to have a field day. I don't even know that we really need to take a look at Age of Ultron Thor over there. We know what it's going to do. I mean, it's this. It's the Mystic Shroud. So I think we will definitely pass on taking a look at that and focus on the two Hawkeyes here. Alright, so the reason why we picked Arnim Zola, if you remember my Union Jack team-ups, is we know he takes reduced damage from follow-ups. So this will be a good fight to just see everybody in action. So there's there's her passive again. There's a pinpoint target. Hawkeye pre-fires. There's the Bishop counter. Of course, as you see, it does weak damage. That's because of Arnim's passive. There's the very, very robust level 2. There's that boomerang arrow firing off in the air. Wow, look at that damage for a level 1 non-ISO character. God, she is wrecking face over here. And Hawkeye's going... Honestly, Hafe will start off having a field day with these two. Good God! Hawkeye is going nuts. Alright, let's see. So we don't need to apply pinpoint because it's going to be up for 4 rounds. So we'll hold off on that cooldown over there. We don't want to apply the stun because we know he's a boss. He's unstunnable. And there goes Kate foaming up. Jesus. Iron Fist, he's going to wear himself out. Iron Fist is going to need some of Molly's coffee when these two are around because this is ridiculous. God, and that gun, that did 4K. And this is not one of my most ISO'd suits by any stretch over here. God damn, look at him go to town. Alright, so there's my agent tanking because of the knight. But he did not counter, and that is because he is stunned. There's boomerang arrow again. God, she is really good. I recommend everybody get her. I mean, it's another tactician bonus. And she is really peppy. And this synergy with Hawkeye, even before his Age of Ultron outfit, is absolutely phenomenal. So, alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to you all right now. And say definitely get Kate Bishop and enjoy the fun. And, you know, hey, level her for a tactician bonus. I'm going to continue the video for a little bit longer. If you guys want to see me take a offense to counter the loss that I had, then stay tuned for a few moments over here and I'll do that. But I will wrap up the Hawkeyes video over here. Let's see what we pull down for PvP. We get, one of the more fun flowing teams going on now, which is Null and Iron Fist banking on heavy melee for extra turns, but I go before Null, so that means exhaustion will set in. And if this is a Huygens agent, he's about ready to get a rude surprise, but unfortunately my rising up is scrubbed out by Scrubbing McDickerson over here. So, Watchful Eye, I have the beautiful counter to you, suck it. And I will have a field day. I don't need to use the Emerald Prism because Molly is not tanking yet. And this exhaustion means a lot more because now Null's not going to gain an extra turn, even if he doesn't pop a squat. Iron Fist is probably going to level 9 and attack Molly. But it's stealthy, so he may hit who he wants. No, this could be... Oh, no, it got tanked. One of those is stealthy. And he combo breaks the return kick. So, I want her to have some rising up buffs, so I'm going to go ahead and apply this again. This is all the agent's going to be able to do because he's exhausted, and I will be immune to it. So what we will do this round is I will Emerald Prism Molly first in case of a catastrophic failure. And I will continue to exhaust the enemy team and push this over to Scorched. There's Fatal Fist, which misses, of course, gets combo broken. Alright, so now it's time for the the Molly Wrecking Machine. Molly Raleigh. So first the van, because I'm not afraid of any counters. God, it's so nice to be able to do this without Kurth. It really is. And what I'm going to do here is ramp up on the agent. Even if he has a big and fast, he's not going to be able to do anything. And he doesn't. So the agent is gone with a 21k white hit. Let's get rid of Iron Fist. Ooh, that's a solid crit. And punch right in the balls. 28k white. I want to end Null on a crit. Come on, Molly, let's get a crit. So her final stats before I take Null out. Almost 6k attack and almost 6k defense. She's up plus 2.6 and plus 2.8k. Let's go for the big crit finish. No, just a white hit at 23k. Okay, so there's my offensive win to counter a loss that I took. There's the Hawkeyes. There is the new Thor. And, yeah, is that ISO a buy? Honestly, if you have a Mystic or something similar, I would say no. But you may want to buy it simply to free up the Mystic if you ever come up with something that it just really matters that your agent is protected, but you don't care if the team is protected. Honestly, if you don't have a Mystic, get it. If you do have a Mystic, I'm going to say be a little bit more frugal. Ride it out until the very end of the sale and see how your gold is and make a decision then. So if you don't have a Mystic, yes, get it. And yes, get Thor. And yes, get Kate Bishop. If you do have a Mystic, get Kate, get Thor, maybe hold off on the ISO. As for what Thor you want to get, of course, Blaster is going to be more expensive. And if you are running a heavy blaster offense like Quick Lord or Quick Lock or something, get Blaster. But if you're going a more traditional route, keep them with Bruiser, because Bruisers still are very, very handy for your PvP bonuses. So take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video, and a link to the OST will be in the description. Subscribe to me on Twitter to get tweets on when I'm about ready to do videos and whatnot. And hey, subscribe here on YouTube. You'll get notifications there too. Take care.